Spiritforge reveals are officially upon us. In this video, I'm going to go over all of the new revealed Spiritforge cards, all the mechanics, and where we think they're going to land in the future metagame. This is going to be an ever-evolving tier list as more cards are revealed, with the knowledge of the card pool that we have at that given time, which I think is going to make for a pretty fun series throughout reveal season. In this video, I'm going to be joined by Tog. He might join me in future videos, or I might have some other people jump on. I'll leave Tog's stuff linked in the description. He's like the best set player in the world, so if you want some information on set, go check out his stuff. Otherwise, enjoy the video. I'm off to go play a Nexus Knight. Alright, first we have Draven, our second red Draven. 4 energy, 4 might, Draven, vanquisher. When I win a combat, play a gold gear token exhausted. When I attack or defend, you may pay 1 fury power. If you do, give me +2 might this turn. Just real quickly, because it's our first card with it, I'll go over what the gold gear is. Gold gear is kill this, exhaust it, reaction, gain 1 free power of any color. So, pretty good start for Draven.
Yeah. Straight off the bat, all I see is no power cost on the card. It's already a pretty good rate for a card in general, where you have the might and your energy cost equal, along with at least 1 ability. So Draven having access to a second ability already makes him above rate. On top of that, I think both of these abilities are really, really strong. The first one's going to be able to do like a snowballing effect, where if you don't deal with Draven, they're going to start running away with these gold tokens that I do think are generically strong, but can also create some degenerate game states, especially in like Kai'Sa, for example.
Yeah, super agreed. Also, not for nothing, just I think 4 cost units that can be chosen champion, like that's just that's a really good start for a card. And then obviously everything you just said on top of that. Yeah, I mean, card looks really good.
Yeah, really, really good. I wouldn't even be surprised if I see this in Kai'Sa decks, to be honest. It's just like that above rate. But yeah, definitely going to see this in Draven. Definitely going to be abused. It's probably going to be a meta, what do you call it, mainstay.
Yeah, for sure. I can get behind all of that. Should we slam him S?
Yeah, let's do S for now. I don't know what the rest of the set's going to look like. There's a potential that he goes down, but I could also see him going up.
Yeah, yeah. S was like my starting point, because like there's arguments he's like anywhere here, yeah. You know, Z to A or whatever. But I think S is like a good starting point.
Agreed.
Our first revealed equipment is a longsword, 2 energy, 1 power, quick draw. That means this can be played as a reaction, and it be equipped directly to a unit. And then it also has equip 1 power, so you can re-equip it after you lose a gear equipment. If a unit who has a gear equipment currently attached dies, the gear is returned to your base, so you can reinvest this into another unit later. And it just applies +2 might to whatever unit it's attached to.
Yeah, so this card, my initial thoughts is how expensive is that power cost going to be on the cost of the card? In relation to how powerful the effect is, right? Because I don't think there's any reaction speed buff spells in red right now. So it's actually pretty good in that sense that, like, since there's no competition yet, getting access to this type of effect in your card pool as a red deck now, great, red needed buffs, didn't they? But yeah, having access to this is pretty scary to me. And the fact that these equipments stay around after the unit dies, so even if you win the combat, lose the combat, doesn't matter. Now you have access to just 1 power cost +2 on your board for future turns. I could see it being really good as long as that power cost doesn't hurt us too much. So it's probably going to be like a mid to late game kind of thing, more so than an early game. But you can play it early for a blowout, is my initial thoughts.
Yeah, I can get behind all of that. Just then when you were talking, I was thinking of comparing it to, because it's the only really combat trick red has, I was thinking of comparing it to Cleave. And then I thought about how clean this card is with Darius. You set up Darius, you get to go for the immediate push for 9, and then on defense he's 7, which is an important breakpoint because all the deal 5s and the deal 6s don't kill him. Which is
that's actually kind of nuts.
Yeah.
Putting Darius to 7. I forgot about the defensive part on it.
Yeah, all of these gear that are giving plus might, setting up for defending against removal, I think is like a huge deal.
Yeah, and the fact that like this is going to help a lot in the red mirrors where burn spells are a big deal. this is so now we have buff spells that play around burn spells. Okay, the more I think about it, the more I am really liking Longsword.
Yeah, I initially I had it listed in my notes. I have it at A, but I kind of want to throw it next to Draven if I'm being honest.
Yeah, after talking about it, I think it's been really good.
All right, I'm glad we landed the same thing.
It doesn't look it.
Yeah, you have to go through a few different lines to kind of see the value, I think, but I think we're on the same page. This card has so much potential.
Yeah, agreed.
Doran Shield, kind of a mini version, more defensive, 1 energy, equip, +1 might with tank. So a dynamic tank engine. This is the first one of these we've seen outside of block, but obviously block is very temporary, where Doran Shield is a bit more permanent. Thoughts on dynamic tank?
Yeah, this one's going to be pretty simple. I think it's going to be looking really good in Azir once we get to that. But I think outside of Azir, this card probably isn't good enough. Like only 1 might. So like if you think of it in the reference of you played a card from your hand, only getting 1 might, it needs to like really affect the board early. And like it's expensive because of the power cost on top of that. So I don't see this working in almost any other deck. I'm thinking of Ari and stuff, and I don't see it working. I think it's going to be an Azir only card going forward.
Yeah,
Do you have any ideas of it?
I can get behind that. That's pretty much exactly where I landed. Azir's going to want access to cheap equipment, and this is a cheap equipment, and it like makes a difference in the early stages of the game. Again, we'll get to it, but the Sand Soldiers are 2 might already. This taking it to 3 might will matter in a lot of combats, and then also just giving small things tank will make difference in combat as well. Yeah,
agreed. In Azir, it is a turn 1 3 might tank unit though, which is kind of broken.
Yeah, agreed. But again, outside of Azir, it looks pretty weak.
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
So, end result.
I can see Sivir or something there.
Yeah. Like I think in Azir we put it like here, but like in a vacuum we put it like here or maybe even B. I said let's just for now fall somewhere in the middle, and
yeah, me in the middle.
Call it a day from there. We got our first repeat spell: 2 energy, feral strength, reaction. Repeat 2, give a unit +2 this turn. The way repeat works is you pay whatever cost is written on the keyword. So in this case, it's saying 2 energy to be able to repeat the effect of that spell just once. You can't, if you're at 8, you can't do this 4 times. You can only do it twice.
Yep, so yay, more buff spells that I have to think about when I'm versing green decks. Isn't that fun for me? Oh, what's that? You're holding up 8 mana? Oh, great.
Yeah.
So, yeah, going to be pretty annoying. I think this actually solves a problem for some of these green decks as well, in the sense that some of these green decks like Ari have, even Yi, like to some extent, have a problem pushing. And so that's what I'm looking at it more so for with the kicker. Being able to just have +4 on a card that doesn't cost any power now is going to be a massive tool to pretty much cure their weakness. So I'm actually really scared of this card.
Yeah, I think this card's super spooky. Really if you look at a card like Primal Strength, in a lot of situations, I think it's like overkill. Like you're set, you need way less than 7. The fact that Feral Strength can be a, without the card draw, a discipline or a Primal Strength essentially, it's gonna be huge for the decks that need access to that type of thing. It's also interesting that the card is kind of a 2-in-1 combat trick, where a lot of the combat trick decks struggle on card advantage, where they can get their like 2-for-1 from this. So I just think there's not enough positive things to say about this card. I'll be very curious to see which of the combat tricks fight for slots once we have all of Spiritforge, but I can't imagine this card's at 0 of in green. This will be at some number of copies for sure.
Yeah, that's a perfect way to put it.
Yeah, so I'm leaning A, maybe S.
I'm leaning S.
Yeah, okay. I'm on board.
It's close though. It's close.
Put it bottom of S
maybe
for now.
Maybe top of A.
All right, top of A. We can move things around. That's the fun of it, I guess.
Deal.
Guardian Angel, because green didn't have enough ways of surviving things. 2 energy, equip. If you die, if I would die, so I is referring to the card that this is attached to. Kill Guardian Angel instead. Heal me, exhaust me, and recall me. So it's a pseudo hourglass effect on an equipment. And it also, the card gets +1 as well.
Yeah, so pretty much if you can utilize that +1 to like a beneficial factor within the game, it's just strictly better Zhonya's. If you don't, it's only like slightly worse Zhonya's. And I underrated the card at first, but like when you think about the math of Zhonya's in the game, like when you save a key unit like a big green Lee Sin, for example, it's super, super above right. So I wouldn't put it past that this card is going to be really annoying for some of these president decks.
Yeah, I think one thing that's often getting overlooked on Guardian Angel on the early conversations that I've seen so far is that Guardian Angel has a big upside to comparatively to Hourglass. It obviously has some downsides, but the upside I don't see people talk about is that this is optional in a sense, in a way that Hourglass isn't. When you have Hourglass in play, you cannot affect what is being resurrected, but Guardian Angel, you're very intentionally choosing what will be resurrected. Which I think matters a lot.
Yeah. So you can almost always just play this turn 1.
Yeah. Like, it's never Hourglass into, like, 2-drop in Yi feels... it can be good, but it feels worse than if that Hourglass will save a Dead Bloom later. We have the option with Guardian Angel to do 2-drop Guardian Angel, and then 2-drop on turn 2, and whatever else, and then later on, invest that Guardian Angel into a Dead Bloom that we play.
Okay, wait, never mind. I'm fully convinced. This is kind of nuts and ramp Yi. Like, just go Guardian Angel, Catalyst, play Yi to a field, put the Angel on it.
Yes.
And it's a 7, which is a 9 on defense, but it's a 7, so it beats Falling Star.
Bro, I've been trying to tell people. These card reveals are crazy for Yi, man. I'm telling you.
Oh, Yi and Kaiser buffs are all we've seen so far.
All right, up we go. Thoughts?
Yeah, deal.
All right,
absolutely.
Agreed. Sterak's gauge, 3 energy, 2 power, quick draw. So again, this is the reaction keyword for equipment, meaning we can directly play it onto a unit, and we can do this during a showdown as well, and even in response to a spell or whatever. And then it can be re-equipped for 1 power, and it's just +3 might.
Yeah, this one's going to have way too many downsides compared to the upsides. So we'll start with the good news. Good news is +3 is normally super effective at winning combats or like saving your units from potential things on top of the quick draw. So it's like a reaction, so we can actually blow out our opponent in some cases. But that power cost is super expensive, having to pay 2 green just to cast the card. And that's not even counting the equip cost as well. So you're going to be really stuck on your runes. But on top of that, it's also in green. So we're competing with a lot of other buffs that are already in the color that don't have these downsides attached. I'm pretty sure this is a bit of a bait card.
I can get behind that. I think Sterak's gauge being in green makes me think like, oh, I want, like, it's a gear, equipment in green, Azir mod check, but I don't think Azir wants to spend all this power.
Yeah.
So it's probably just not Azir, and then it's, as a result, it's probably nobody.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking as well.
So
probably our first, possibly D tier, to be honest.
I'm so down D tier. It is. But +3 is so premium. Like we could easily be missing the mark on this just because like +3 is like such a, it's a difference maker for sure. So
yeah, definitely.
I'm not gonna try to pronounce this one, but the one with Nunu in the background. 3 energy, 1 power. Equip. One thing to keep in mind for this equip is it's more expensive than the other equips. Most equips are spend 1 power. This is 1 power and 1 energy. As an additional attach, as this is attached to a unit, copy that unit's text to this equipment's effect text as long as this is attached to it. So functionally what's happening here is that the card it's attached to has whatever text that card has twice. So for example, exhaust effects wouldn't work twice, so you wouldn't be able to do like Lee Sin exhaust itself twice because you're not exhausting the gear, you're exhausting the card itself, and so the first time you exhaust it, you get the buff, and now it's exhausted, so you can't exhaust it the second time.
Yeah.
Big thoughts.
So I actually wrote out a list of cards that would be able to use it before I learned that rule that you just said, how you don't tap the equipment itself, and I had to delete half my list. So I was kind of high on it. I could see a vision for it. There's some cards that could possibly break it. Currently, I don't think there's many in the game right now. Some cool ones were Herald of Scales, Kiana, attack triggers like Blue Ari and Green Yasuo looked pretty good. I thought Mundo was kind of cool, although Willow's a hater. But besides those, like none of these scream out that we're willing to pay 4 mana and 2 power for those effects. So we're going to have to wait and see if we get anything better in this set, I think, because currently it's looking bad.
Did you mention Student? I swear it's crazy with Student.
Oh, Student's in there as well. Yeah, sure.
Ravenbloom Student getting +2 for every spell cast, I think could be crazy. Like, I think that's probably the best application for this card, but I also agree. I think this is going to be like the bait card of the set, to be honest.
Yeah. Okay, maybe this is D tier.
All right. 2 D tier equipment. Unlucky.
Deal. Controversial. Let's go.
Lucian, 3 energy, 3 might, Weapon Master. Weapon Master is a new keyword. When you play me, you may pay an equipment. May equip one of your equipment to me for 1 less power, even if it's already attached. The first time I conquer each turn, ready me. So one thing to mention about Lucian before we get into the core discussion is that Lucian is a legend in this set, although we haven't seen that legend yet. We know he is a legend. That means that we'll be able to use this as chosen champion, which is important to keep in mind as we evaluate champion units.
Yeah, so again, we're following that really good structure. No power cost on a champion unit. Might total equals the energy plus at least 1 ability. Makes it on rate. Has a second ability, which is nice. But I will say these abilities are probably worse than Draven's. Weapon Master seems interesting. We're going to need to see, firstly, what color combination Lucian is, on top of what other equipments we get to better understand if that Weapon Master is worth or not. But the radiating effect is quite interesting. There's already decks that can abuse this with MF, being able to conquer with Lucian. He readies himself, give him ganking, conquer the other side, for example. So that effect is really good. It's going to be like a pit crew on crack, was my initial thoughts on it. But yeah, I see it being pretty good. The big downside I want to point out, though, is it does the 1 trigger of Falling Star, but hopefully the other effects make up for that.
Well, we would hope, I would hope anyway, that the weapon we're equipping with his effect puts him out of range of the 1 Falling Star proc. True. Yeah. But I mean, Dice the Falling Star is the most real thing I've ever heard in my life. Where are we landing on Lucian? I want to say, like, he can't be lower than high B, but he can't be higher than A, is where I am.
That's literally what I was, like, about to say when you stopped talking.
Okay.
So, you choose, yeah.
Put him in A. Trinity Force. Trinity Force is a 4 energy equip, so we can't dynamically equip this the same we have with some of the other equipment here. There's no, what's the name of the keyword? The quick draw. There's no quick draw on Trinity Force. We have to manually equip this card, but it has when I hold, score 1 point, plus 2 might, so it's kind of a little bit like the green Ari, but on an equipment in orange.
So these types of effects are just always toxic, in my opinion.
Yep.
I really don't want to see these extra scoring points types of effects. I'm hoping that it is going to be too expensive and like tanking on your tempo to be good, because 4 cost is really expensive. So being able to have an effective unit that can hold, on top of also having this Triforce out, it's going to take a couple turns. Like, you're not really going to be able to threaten this truly until maybe like turn 3, turn 4. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's going to be turn 4. So I'm hoping it's too slow because if you can abuse this really fast in your games, this is going to be broken, because +2 is going to help the hold, obviously. Scoring extra points just degenerate in itself. Yeah.
I have a vision to share with you. I'm playing Master Yi. I play a Poro on turn 1. I pass. On turn 2, I move my Poro up, I Trinity Force, and I equip it. I now have a 7 might defending when I hold score 1 point. Whose base might is 4.
But here's my counterpoint.
Uh-huh.
I just went Cytheria into orange set. So my orange set clears the Triforce and you untap with 5.
What's the ruling on hourglass and equipment? If you have, when something is saved, does it retain its equipment? I assume so, right? Because it doesn't die.
Yeah, it does it with buffs, so I'd assume the same thing with equipments.
Yeah. Okay.
But the fact that even when I out the Triforce and that specific line that we did, I still have to deal with it
Again.
in future turns as well. Yeah. I'm starting to see the vision. This could be really fucking annoying. Yeah, I don't like this card.
I love this card.
It might be too good.
That being said, I don't think I'm willing to put it higher than A without science, so I'll just chuck it in bottom of A.
Sure, I like it.
It's better than Doran's shield. Surely.
Yeah, absolutely. The more I look at it, I think this Doran shield should come down, maybe.
I could see it. Actually, you know what? Let's just move it down. Perfect. Done. How do we feel about that? Looks good?
Wait, I think Triforce might be better than Lucian.
Whoa. Like that. Like that?
Like after your line. Until we get better equipments, yeah.
Overzealous fan. 2 energy, 2 might. When I defend, you may kill me to move an attacking unit to its base.
Yeah, so nothing crazy on this card, but fundamentally is a strong 2-drop. And I think people are underrating this just slightly. But yeah, great because it's a 2-drop early for your ratios, making sure you can stay aggressive in a purple deck, as most of the purple decks are. It's still very strong draw late game, which was a big problem for 2-drops in this game, because now it's it's like a face-up combat trick that if you can play it to a board, this is going to bounce whatever they try to swing at you, and it's a you may trigger. So they can't really force it out of you. I guess they can if they send in like a 2-drop first. So maybe that factor is a little bit low. But yeah, I think he's a fine tempo tool early. If they try to trade over him early and you want to push their unit off, yeah, sure, do that. 2-drop, scores points, late game. Maybe it does something. It seems decent, but not amazing.
Yeah, I actually like the card a lot. As 2-drops go, I've never seen a 2-drop printed in this game, with the exception of maybe Student, that has so much application in the later stages of the game. Even as something
Let me introduce you to Pookie set Brawler, buddy.
That's true, actually. I guess Pookie is real. But like, even just like evaluating this like from a perspective of what do aggressive decks do about things like Deadbloom, this like Deadbloom is not like a good response to this card.
Oh, that's a good. Wait, no, yeah, that unlocked something for me right there. Like, against these decks that only have big units, this card is a menace.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah. So I'm personally, I'm quite high on this card. Like, I want it in like. At the end of the day, it is just a 2-drop, but I think there's a good amount of utility here. I want to argue it's like A.
I don't want to argue against it. I actually think it's pretty solid.
All right. Blade of the Ruined King, 3 energy, 1 power, equip for 1 power, kill a friendly unit, and it's just +4. The kill a friendly unit is like conditional of equipping it, of course.
Yeah, so +4 is not to be understated. That is a very big number in this game, and it's going to put a lot of cards to very weird breakpoints to force your opponent into having to 2-for-1 themselves. But obviously, there's a lot of downsides to this. So double power cost is pretty rough to begin with. Yep. But also having to kill a friendly unit on equip. If you can alleviate these problems, I think this card is very strong. Just because like the pure numbers wise, it looks really good. But if you can't alleviate these problems, like if your deck struggles with power costs and you don't have spare units to sack, I can see it being pretty subpar as well. So possibly a Karthus enabler though, for anyone out there.
Yeah, Karthus, right. Blade of the Ruined King, +4 for reinvest. I just think the ability to reinvest this so cleanly, even if it ends up, after circling back to like Victor or something. It just sounds like so efficient to be able to reinvest this. The problem is like, I think the most important turns in Riftbound are turns 1, 2, and 3. And that's the turn that I want to give up tempo to actually set this card up. And I think you probably give up too much tempo.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I
think your best line is like your Victor, and you're like turn 1 bird, turn 2 this plus recruit, equip the something, equip the bird maybe to get your rune back, and then you have a 5 might and the back on turn 2, but you're still down a rune. Yeah, I don't know.
I'm looking at C, if I'm being honest.
Oh shit! Oh, this fully thinking D.
Okay, I'm down. I'm down.
Okay.
I needed the confidence, and you gave it to me. D. Sorry.
Deal.
All right.
Broken.
Our legends. Our first legend is Draven, Glorious Executioner, Fury, Chaos. When you win a combat, draw 1.
The fact that that's it. They didn't put a limit on how many times this can trigger is what just makes this so insane to me. It makes it so insane.
Yeah.
Oh, no limit on the draw. So at first I thought it was going to be, okay, well, fight both fields, like best, wait, what do you call it? Like best scenario. We're going to be fighting both fields on our turn and then on their turn. But then I realized you can have more than one combat like during these turns as well. Yeah. And that's when it clicked for me. That's when I was like, oh my God. And then all your combat tricks in purple, by the way, where like Rebuke is going to win you a combat, Foff often wins you a combat, Gust can win you these early combats, your red spells can win you combats, Longsword's going to win you combats now. Like essentially every single one of your spells or reaction spells or like anything like that, combat tricks, it just says draw 1 on them on top of it. Like, this guy is insane. Honestly, he's insane.
Yeah, don't forget Overzealous fan as well. If you have 2 units at a battlefield, you can use it to defend, push the guy, or kill itself to defend, push it back, and now you've won that combat.
Yeah, and we got access, like, we see his champion zone with the Draven Vanquisher, and we already, like, have him as the highest rated card so far. So, like, Draven's already looking like a menace.
On God? First Z?
Yeah, agreed.
Okay. Let's go.
I think they may have fucked up. Right, guys. This guy seems insane.
And we have his signature spell as well, Spinning Axes, 2 energy, 1 power, quick draw, equip 1 power of any color, temporary, meaning that if this card is not attached to a unit at the start of the controller's beginning phase, it is destroyed, and it's just +3.
Yeah, because the legend wasn't good enough, and then the champion zone wasn't good enough on top of that. But
and longsword wasn't good enough. Strictly better longsword.
Why are we doing this? What's going on over there, bro? Like, we're really trying to sell to the Draven fans right now because we already spoke with longsword about how good these combat tricks are going to be in red. Purple was also another color that didn't have these buff effects to help all the blowout potential that buff effects gain in this specific game. Quick draw making it really nice. +3 for 2 mana as well is going to be like the +3 breakpoint. We've spoken about how good that breakpoint is to pretty much make sure that you win your combats. The temporary does suck, but I expect this to just be essentially a blowout every time you play it because it's going to be so hard to actually beat a +3 on 2 mana from pure efficiency wise. But now let's top all of that, right? Let's top all of that. Now, when you win the combat, you're going to draw a card from Draven and then make a gold token from your Draven Vanquisher if he's on the field. Or, like, he's the one that's doing it. Like,
yeah,
I don't know, bro. Draven looks cracked.
Yeah, Draven does look nuts. I'm with you. Spinning Axes. Honestly, it's at least S.
Bro, I want to put this one. See?
All right. I'm glad we're on the same page. This Draven guy is so cracked, man.
Yeah, like, but this one might be a little bit fake because it's a signature. So you can tell, like, with signature, sometimes they go a bit loco with it. So,
I do think the temporary is a real downside that hurts because if the card actually doesn't even hurt that much. I'm trying to think about it.
No, I was going to say it doesn't hurt at all because I would play a 2-mana, like 1 power cost +3 in this Draven deck already. The
And
fact that it's like an equipment with that extra effect, I think
don't
it's
worry.
kind of
I
irrelevant.
wrote back around to it not mattering at all. My bad. I just
Yeah.
Plus, if this somehow dies on our turn, like the temporary doesn't matter either because we just attach it to another unit.
Yeah.
It's just clean. It's just.
It's so good. It's so good.
All right.
Oh, no, wait. I forgot a part.
Yeah.
So you win all that combat, right? And you got your gold token, you draw a card, you killed whatever unit, you probably blow them out. They still have to beat this +3 on that unit next turn.
Yes. Draven 7 bite, by the way. Doesn't even die to Singu. Needs Singu plus stoop.
Yeah, literally.
Oh, gosh.
Oh, what's going on here?
Anyway. Irelia. Calm Chaos Blade Dancer. When you choose a friendly unit, you may exhaust me and pay 1 power to ready it. When you conquer, you may pay 1 energy to ready me.
Yeah, so this one was a pretty interesting one to think about. When you think about like how you're utilizing this ability, she's probably just going to be a strictly better Yasuo in the same colors as well. So almost the same way that Draven's going to probably make Jinx irrelevant, sadly. Irelia is going to do the same to Yasuo because she can essentially do whatever Yasuo's doing, but for cheaper. Where she's only going to have to pay 1 power as opposed to paying 2 whole energy, which was a very big downside in Yasuo. Also something to factor in, it doesn't say when you choose a friendly unit with a spell. So if we see some gears or other units that can target your friendly units to trigger this effect, that's going to be really, really nice. And yeah, this is going to be an effect that we can trigger multiple times because of the second part, which is not to be understated.
Yeah, I super agree with everything you just said. I think this is strictly about Yasuo. So rest in peace, Yasuo. One thing I'm curious about, do you know the answer to this? Does the equip keyword count as choosing the unit?
Oh my god, if it is, I'm sick to my stomach.
Because all of the gear cards that we just got, all of the equipment cards we just got, work with Irelia.
Wait, go to an equip card real quick. Does it say
any
target?
Equip. It says attach this to a unit you control.
I could see attach counting.
Okay, so asterisks on that one. Unaware, but potentially resolves off of these equipment as well. So that's a head scratcher for sure. Yeah, I mean, I'm down to put her. She can't be lower than high A, is where I'm thinking.
Yeah, I was thinking like S, and I was trying to compare her to Guardian Angel and Sword in my head. She's probably middle S.
All right, I can get behind that. Maybe like here. Oh, not there.
Yeah, I think her color combination is just inherently good as well. Like that's such an underrated thing about Yasuo.
Yeah,
is that like you get the buff spells and all these combat tricks from green, and then you get the really broken combat tricks from purple on top of stack deck mind splitter. So smiley face.
Yeah, agreed. Oh, stack deck, don't get me started. Anyway, Azir, Calm Order, Emperor of the Sands. Your Sand Soldiers have Weapon Master. As a reminder, Weapon Master means you can equip a weapon for 1 less power, even if it is already attached to another unit. And then 1 energy, exhaust. Play a 2 Might Sand Soldier unit token to your base. Use only if you've played an equipment this turn.
Yeah, so this guy's going to have really insane math. So we already thought Victor making 1 Might tokens was good. We're going to be able to make 2 Might tokens for 1 mana with Azir here. Obviously, we're going to have to play some equipments on the same turn, so we're going to have to fill our deck with equipments, but essentially, I don't think you have to run many units in this deck if you were to play Azir, which made me like kind of interested in this. Like your decks can just be filled with the good, cheap equipments and just only have your units come from your legend ability, possibly, besides the top end. I think the color combination of green and yellow also fit that dynamic, because a big problem with that color combination was most of your units suck. So if I was able to just play all of the broken spells in this color combination, play the broken equipment, I could see Azir being pretty good. but yeah, when you compare him to something like Draven, I don't think he's going to be that tier.
I can get behind that. Also, not for nothing, these decks that are creating small units are giving Draven more opportunity to win combats, just for the record. So maybe going wide isn't the best thing in a post-Draven world. But I mean, this is a really efficient effect. Even just looking at something like Doran's Shield, which is a card we rated quite low, that being like a 2-drop essentially, is quite strong, and it's going to beat out the other 2-drops in a better way as well, because it's going to be less vulnerable to spells. That's like a good start for Azir. I'm not sure if I want to place him kind of like bottom of S or top of A, but that's about the kind of range I was looking at. Where do you land?
Yeah, he's a bit of a wild card. I'd put him top of A for now, because it depends a lot on what equipments we see.
I agree.
But I also want to add in a last factor. Like, he starts ramping really hard the more equipment you get out, because they're stackable apparently. So
oh yeah, we didn't mention that.
Guys that make 2/2s, which is super above rate for these equipment cards, and then by the time you get to late game, imagine you just play one of your top end cards, I don't know, like a Tasty Fae Folk or something, just for an example, and then you put like 4 equipments on it.
Wait, hold on. Plus one. Hold on. I'm not gonna lie. I was looking at like Weapon Master and being like, okay, whatever. Why do I even care if my Sand Soldiers have Weapon Master? Like, don't get me wrong, it's nice, but like, whatever. The idea, I totally forgot that I can just mass throw all of my weapons on like a guy.
Yeah, in the later stage, and just say, you have to deal with this, and then my next big guy is also going to have that.
Yeah, oh god, if I'm being entirely transparent, I want him like here, but I'm gonna leave him there for now until okay.
I didn't want to overrate him.
I'm locked in now. I'm locked in. His biggest issue, I think, is going to be that he is creating a vulnerability that is Draven.
Yep, I can see that.
But you know, we'll get there when we get there. I'm gonna skip this next one because I want to do it last. So we're gonna go right to Sivir. Sivir, Body Chaos Battle Mistress. When you recycle a rune, you may exhaust me to play a gold gear token. Exhausted. When one or more enemy units die, ready me. The gold token being exhausted matters because you can't means you can't use it that turn. Yeah. Big thoughts on Sivir?
Yeah, I couldn't quite figure out what the point is. So I think we're missing crucial information when it comes to Sivir. I believe she's probably going to be an equipment deck as the best way to utilize recycling a rune. So every time we recycle a rune for the equip cost on our equipment, that's going to make us a gold, which hopefully can pay for our power costed spells. Because probably every time we want to use the equipments, we're going to use the rune on purpose to make a gold. Besides that, I think, yeah, we're just lacking key information. Because, she doesn't really work with the current card pool, I think.
I'll throw out this warning. That was the cope everyone had about Leona during card reveal season.
Oh, no.
That was, my vibe is that Sivir is bad and will stay bad. And we are not missing context.
Okay.
But
she can run Dazzling Aurora stack deck.
True. So she can't. She can run Dazzling Aurora stack deck. So like that's just kind of a good start to a deck. She also has interesting interactions with Trove, right?
Yes, she can recycle from Treasure Trove to draw a card, make a goal, and do the yada yada yada, which is kind of interesting. But now that I think about it, her second effect is kind of indicating that we're possibly meant to be an aggressive deck, right?
Yeah, could see that.
To do it multiple times. Yeah, she's interesting. This is like all bets, all guesswork when it comes to Sivir, I think.
Where would you place her right now if you were playing her in the game with current context, current cards? Because I would put her like here. Maybe here.
In a vacuum without the card pools attached, she's D. but literally stack deck Aurora.
Sure. Stack deck Aurora puts out like, yeah, all right. Yeah, you're right. She has access to stack deck and Aurora. That's enough. All right, fair enough. And the card I am most excited about, my queen, Renata Glasc, a Mind Order character, Chem Baroness. When you or an ally hold, you may exhaust me to play a gold gear token exhausted. While your score is within 3 points of victory score, your gold adds an additional energy. So you get 1 energy and 1 power from gold while you're at 5 or more points. And obviously in 2v2, it's like, what is it? 9 or more points? Yeah, 9 or more points. Yeah, I'm like super obsessed with this card. I have a lot of like weird combo stuff I want to do with it. The biggest thing that I'll point out is that time warp, to play 2 time warps 2 turns or within the same turn before passing to the opponent, you need to go you need to have access to 2 power from somewhere. And if Chem Baroness can give you that 2 power somewhere, she's going to be the most efficient way of casting multiple time warps in a single turn. And that's a good start for a card. And then also, if you go from 1 point and then conquer twice, cast time warp, it puts you in range for her second effect. So you don't even need the 2 extra power to be able to cast the third time warp. The second time warp. And then obviously, depending on the amount of gold you have up, you could even do 3 time warps in a row with this setup. Without like going to like, there's not much. I say setup, it's not much of a setup. It's just have one of these gold tokens on the board. So yeah, I'm obsessed and I'm in love with this card. This is the card I'm most excited about. Where are you at with this card?
Look, as soon as I read her, I was like, a hold ability, that seems pretty meh. But then as soon as you said, whoa, time warp, it broke my brain. And now all I can see is degenerate stuff degenerate shit happening from her, or nothing. So now I'm very scared of running.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah. She's either going to work and break the game, or she's not going to work. So like she's either here or here, and I don't know where she will land. I'm just gonna leave her like A for now, and we'll sort it out when we sort it out. So this one's like way too hard to rate because it's weird. All right, I think we did pretty well. Draven's the deck to beat so far. Azir's looking pretty clean as well. And a couple color combinations just got strict upgrades. Irelia better than Yasuo, Draven better than Jinx. How do you feel about the design so far of Spiritforge from what we've seen?
Are they smoking crack? Some of these cards are broken, man.
Yeah, I'm with you. But that's, it's the way the cookie crumbles.
Honestly, I'm super excited to test out these cards. I'm just waiting for Willow to add them to TTS one time. Please, man. Please.
Anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. Keep being awesome, and I'll catch ya in the next one.